What's your name?
My name's Brian,
Brian. Where are you from?
from California originally, but now I live in Tokyo.
How long have you been living in Japan?
Uh, I've been here for, I guess, all together 15 years. 12 years in Tokyo and then 3 years in Kumamoto.
Kumamoto.
Yeah.
So you originally came to Kumamoto, I guess?
Yeah, after college I was an ALT. I did a little English teaching. And then I went back to the States, went to grad school, and then I came to Tokyo 12 years ago and I'm a video game programmer.
Do you speak Japanese?
Yes, I do.
How well do you speak Japanese?
Okay. I passed N1 a long time ago. So my wife is Japanese, my kids are Japanese. I work for a Japanese company.
Right.
I'm okay.
Oh, okay. So for someone who passed N1 in the past and works for a Japanese company, what's your experience like? It's a very broad question, but what? You can maybe pick up some experiences, some moments where you felt only because you understand the language and the culture fully.
I imagine so. I mean, I could speak Japanese and read Japanese pretty well even before I moved to Kumamoto. So I've never really had the experience of not being able to speak Japanese in Japan. I can't speak it perfectly, of course, but so I would have to imagine being in Japan, not being able to speak Japanese. I bet that would be really fun too, because everything's a complete mystery, and you know that all that mystery and all that discovery is very fun. If you know Japanese, then you kind of get past the mystery pretty quickly. You can talk to people. You don't have to wonder what's going on in a restaurant. You just go into the restaurant. You can read the menu. You can order. And so you can experience everything that Japan has to offer. But in a way, it does kind of you kind of lose a little bit of the mystery that you would have if you were totally lost in translation, I suppose. So I think they're both valid and enjoyable ways to experience Japan.
I see. So you speak fluently Japanese and you pretty much understand everything. Has there been, when was the last time you didn't understand any Japanese word or any concept?
The last time I didn't understand, well, I mean, sometimes, I'm watching a show or, or whatever, and a word comes up and I have to ask my wife what it means. So it's not incredibly rare that I miss a word or phrase now and then.
Do you remember the word specifically?
Uh, Honestly, it's probably words that my kids bring home from school, because I don't remember, I never learned words that Japanese school kids would know. So there's like words for like, bako, it's like the shoes you bring to a day to bring to school.
Yeah.
There's a word for that, I forget what it is, and
Ah.
every Japanese person knows what it is, but I didn't know what it is because I never went through the Japanese school system.
Probably uwabaki?
Yes, uobaki.
Uwabaki.
And like my 6-year-old, 7-year-old kids are saying uobaki, and I'm like, oh my god, I've studied Japanese for like 20 years. I do not know what that word means. So yeah, it's something that a foreigner, even if you studied Japanese to a high level, because you actually studied Japanese at a high level, you missed some of this stuff that only a kid would know. And those are the words I miss out on the most,
Do
actually.
you have any other examples? It's very interesting to me.
I guess other examples that are similar to that would be things like new words that only kids are speaking that even older Japanese people might not really know. Like, so for my son, he says egui sometimes. And for me, egui, it's a word that means like grotesque or something. But kids are not using egui to say grotesque. They sometimes mean like sugoi. Or it's a little bit changed meaning.
Yeah.
And so I only kind of get that through kids because it's the way that Japan is an organic and changing language. So that's not just me as a foreigner being surprised by that. I think also maybe Japanese adults might be surprised by some of the words that kids use.
Interesting. Do you have any favorite Japanese word?
I remember that when I was studying Japanese a long time ago, I liked the word tokidoki because it was like a beginner word and it sounded kind of funny for me as a foreigner. Now that I've studied Japanese a little bit more, some of the yojijuku are kind of fun, or Yorujuku go, like Kidoi Raku and some other ones like that are just kind of interesting because we don't necessarily have those in English.
Interesting. All right, Brian.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time. That was it.
Okay.
Yeah.